Have you ever looked at that one person in your class, the one who seems to barely study, yet somehow always aces every single test? You're pulling all-nighters, drowning in textbooks, and just barely scraping by, while they seem to be living their best life and still getting straight A's. What's their secret? Are they just naturally gifted geniuses? I used to think so too. I was that student who believed the harder I worked, the better my grades would be. I spent countless hours memorizing, rereading, and stressing myself out, only to feel disappointed and burnt out. The truth is, those top students aren't necessarily smarter than you. They've just figured out a better way to learn. They've mastered the art of studying smart, not hard. And the good news is, you can too. In this video, I'm going to share the 7 simple, yet powerful, learning hacks that transformed me from a struggling student into a top performer. These aren't complicated theories. They are practical strategies you can start using today to study less, understand more, and finally get the grades you deserve without sacrificing your sleep or your sanity. Get ready to unlock your brain's full potential and become that guy in your class. The first secret to effortless learning is the preview strategy. This is so simple, you'll wonder why you haven't been doing it all along. Before you even step into the classroom, take just 5 minutes to skim the material for that day's lecture. You don't need to understand everything perfectly. Just glance over the headings, look at the diagrams, and get a general sense of the topic. Think of it like watching a movie trailer before seeing the full film. The trailer gives you a sneak peek, so when the movie starts, you're not completely lost, you have context. The same thing happens with your brain. When you preview, you're creating a mental framework. During the lecture, your brain will recognize the information it has already seen, making it easier to connect new ideas and absorb the details. Instead of frantically trying to keep up, you'll be one step ahead, able to listen, understand, and engage. This tiny 5-minute habit builds incredible confidence. You'll walk into class feeling prepared and focused, while everyone else is just starting to warm up. Now for the second method, and it might sound a little silly, but trust me, it's a game changer: fake teaching. Here's the core idea. If you can't explain a concept to someone else in simple terms, you haven't truly understood it yourself. So, become the teacher. Grab a piece of paper and draw a stick figure. Or just talk to your wallet, doesn't matter. Your mission is to explain the topic you're studying out loud, as if you were teaching it to a complete beginner. As you speak, you'll immediately notice where you hesitate, where you get confused, or where your explanation just doesn't make sense. Those are your knowledge gaps. Those are the areas you need to go back and review. For an extra boost, try recording yourself on your phone and listening back. Do you sound clear and confident, or are you rambling and disorganized? This technique forces your brain to actively process and structure information, moving it from short-term to long-term memory. It is one of the most effective ways to achieve deep understanding and build unshakable confidence in what you know. The third hack is a huge time saver: selective attention. So many of us make the mistake of trying to learn and memorize every single word from the textbook or lecture. We highlight entire pages and our notes end up looking like novels. But here's the reality: your brain isn't a supercomputer with infinite storage. Trying to cram everything in is not only impossible, but it's also incredibly inefficient. Smart learners don't do this. They act like detectives, hunting for clues and focusing only on what truly matters. So, what should you focus on? Pay close attention to the exam signals your teacher gives you. These are the golden nuggets of information. Did the teacher repeat a certain point multiple times? Did they pause for emphasis or change their tone of voice? Did they write a specific term or formula on the board? These are all flashing red lights, screaming, "This is important." This will likely be on the test. By filtering out the noise and concentrating on these key ideas, you drastically reduce your study load while increasing your retention of the most critical information. You'll study less, but remember more of what actually counts. This leads us to the fourth secret, which is all about making your study time count: active recall. Let me ask you this: what does your typical study session look like? For most people, it involves rereading notes or textbooks over and over again. It feels productive, right? You're putting in the hours. But neuroscience tells us this is one of the least effective ways to learn. It creates what's called an illusion of competence. You recognize the information, so you think you know it. But recognizing is not the same as recalling. The smarter way to study is to actively test your brain. After you've reviewed a topic, close your book, cover your notes, and try to recall the key points from memory. Speak them out loud or write them down. The moments where you get stuck, where you can't remember something, that's where the real learning happens. Those are your weak spots. It's like a workout for your brain. Rereading is like watching someone else lift weights. Active recall is you actually doing the reps and building a stronger memory. A great way to practice this is to turn your notes into questions. Then, test yourself by answering them without peeking. When you can explain the material fluently from memory, that's when you know you've truly mastered it. Okay, let's talk about notes. The fifth hack is creating smart shortcut notes. If your notes are just a word-for-word copy of the lecture, you're doing it wrong. Top students don't waste time writing down every single thing. Their goal isn't to be a court reporter, it's to create a powerful study tool. Their secret is to extract only the core information and organize it in a way that is incredibly easy to review. The goal is to fit the most important concepts of an entire chapter or lecture onto a single page. How? Instead of writing full sentences, use keywords, short phrases, and summaries. Use symbols, arrows, and drawings to connect ideas quickly. This isn't just about saving time during the lecture. It's about creating a high-impact review sheet. Your notes should be so clear and concise that a quick glance is all you need to refresh your memory on the entire topic in just a few minutes before an exam. Remember, the purpose of notes isn't to transcribe. It's to simplify, clarify, and organize information for fast and effective learning. Short, clear, and focused notes are your secret weapon for acing your exams. The sixth secret is your classroom game plan. Many students see class as a passive experience. They show up, sit down, and let the information wash over them. But top students treat every single class as a free, high-value study session. Your strategy starts with where you sit. Aim for a seat in the front, but slightly off to the side. The T-zone. This spot keeps you highly engaged and visible enough to stay focused, but not directly under the teacher's spotlight. Next, be an active listener. Your ears should perk up whenever the teacher gives a signal. When they repeat something, pause, or literally say, "This is important," or "This might be on the test." You need to write that down immediately. These are free answers for your future exams. Finally, make it a goal to ask at least one smart, relevant question per class. This does two things. It forces your brain to stay active and engaged with the material, and it helps clarify any points of confusion right away. When you treat class time as proactive study time, you absorb so much more, which means you'll have to study far less on your own later. So there you have it, the 7 secrets that will help you study less and achieve more. From previewing material before class and fake teaching concepts, to using selective attention, active recall, and smart shortcut notes, and having a solid classroom game plan. These aren't magic tricks. They are proven, science-backed strategies that shift your focus from working hard to working smart. The difference between an A student and a C student isn't always intelligence or effort. It's the system they use. Start implementing just 1 or 2 of these hacks this week, and you'll begin to see a real difference in how much you understand and how much free time you have. School doesn't have to be a stressful grind. You have the power to change your approach, reduce your anxiety, and finally get the grades you've always wanted. Thank you so much for watching. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content to help you win at school and in life. See you in the next one.